Hey everybody, if you're a fan of the classic Heroes of Might and Magic games, you're going to want to stick around for this one. The devs over at Oxymoron Games were gracious enough to send us a preview copy of their upcoming game, Silence of the Siren. So let's jump right in. Silence of the Siren is a turn-based strategy game where several different spacefaring civilizations are fighting over control of a distant star system. Explore what's left on the planets and secure resources to build mighty cities. Raise powerful armies and defeat your opponents on the battlefield. Gameplay is split into 3 sections. Every turn you'll want to expand your cities, grow your armies, and explore the surrounding territory. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to defeating your enemy. Just like the Heroes of Might and Magic games of old, each city is limited to just one building per turn. There are a wide array of options to upgrade in the cities, and Silence of the Siren does a great job at showing the buildings that are needed as a prerequisite for future upgrades. You also want to hire some commanders and soldiers for battles once you're done expanding your city. Each commander is unique with a different portrait and interesting backstory. They also come with a pre-assigned ability. There are several different abilities in the game already, with some pretty interesting ones to pick from when your commander levels up. Abilities like Navigator that allow your commander to move further when exploring, or Negotiator that allows your commander to hire enemy units to their side before the battle begins. Soldiers can get upgrades as well, which can really change the way that you use them in battle. Once you have your army ready, you'll need to explore the territory around your city to find the resources for future upgrades, or even locations that might level up your commander. The map I was able to play on was a good size with lots of different points of interest. There were locations that you could visit once, factories that provided daily resources, and even places to hire additional units to join your army. There are also many artifacts laying around for your commanders to use. All of that is great, but what about the combat? You aren't going to be able to explore very far without battling the creatures on the map. Of course, you're also trying to find the enemy to defeat them in battle as well. So let's talk about it. The battles are all on a grid that pretty much looks the same regardless of the biome that you're in, or at least for now. Your units are on one side and the enemy is on the other. The units seem to be randomly placed on the side of the grid unless you have the commander ability that allows you to move them before the battle begins. So it's definitely a must-have ability. Once the battle has started, there's a timeline across the bottom of the screen that shows you turn order per unit. Each unit is able to wait once per round. This is always a nice option when you have slower units, so they can let the enemy come to you before you move in for an attack. The combat is very satisfying with each unit having unique abilities. Aside from your units attacking, some commanders have in-battle skills that they can use once per round. This can quickly turn the tide of battle or make for a real quick encounter when going up against some weaker foes. Now let's talk about the visuals. Silence of the Siren already looks fantastic, from the characters to the map. All of the commanders and units look diverse and interesting both in and out of combat. Every unit's attack feels specialized to that unit. This makes each unit enjoyable to use and creates the desire to have a broad range of units in every army. There are also several different biomes throughout the map to explore. Each biome varies in look during the day and at night. So what's next? As much as I enjoyed what was in the preview build, now I want more. The map has some interesting biomes and a day night cycle. I'd love to see some more unique terrain during combat that's specific to the biomes. Maybe even a different battlefield depending on if it's night or not. Even seeing different enemies during the night cycle could make things very interesting. The current playable race is the Siren, aka Space Moles. I enjoyed the variety in the units, but I'm already itching to see what the other races are going to have for playable characters, what their commanders will be. More importantly though, how will they differ in strategy from the other races? Lastly, there's already some flavor text with different commanders' background stories and a little bit of story when the level begins. I want more though. I'm really hoping there's going to be an in-depth story-driven campaign for each race that I can play through at launch. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Silence of the Siren is still early in development. However, after getting my hands on what content they already have done, I'm excited to see what the finished product is going to be. It already looks great. Hopefully they can continue upward and keep expanding on the great foundation that they already have. Like I said in the beginning, if you're a fan of the classic Heroes of Might and Magic games, you're going to want to stick around for this one. I'm very excited to see a game using the same formula, but a modern twist. Even if you aren't familiar with Heroes, I would still encourage you to keep an eye on this one if you enjoy turn-based games in general. You can check out more Silence of the Siren on their Steam page.